Hi everyone, it's Tasleem here. I woke up this morning kind of laughing because I was thinking about this incident that happened yesterday. I had walked into a shop and I'd just taken a step in, and all of a sudden this woman comes out and says, "Hi there, how are you? What are you looking for? How can I help you?" And I was like, whoa, I just felt like I needed a bit of space. And so I looked at her and I said, "Well, I haven't decided yet." And that wasn't actually true. I kind of knew what I wanted, but because of her energy, I was just thrown off. And um, I just wanted a bit of room to breathe and, walk in first. And she didn't read that in my energy or by my response. And instead, she kept telling me about the promotions that were going on in the store and pointing to things. And as she was turned a bit and started pointing at something, I actually walked out of the store and didn't buy anything, even though I originally was planning to. I wouldn't normally do that, but I realized on an energetic level, it was I just felt really phony, and she was saying this to everyone. And I'm sure she was a nice person, but it didn't feel like a good tactic or a good way to, make someone feel welcome. And the funny thing was right after I walked into another store, and the guy that was in the shop, um, I walked in, he gave me space. Eventually, when I was looking around, he kind of asked me if I needed any help with anything. And I told him what had just happened to me and how appreciative I was of the way he was in the store. And I ended up buying something from there. And it made me realize energy is so important. It's so important in it helps us decide what feels safe, where we want to go, who we want to hang out with. It helps us decide what kind of music to listen to, or what to wear. Or, there's so many things that I think that we don't realize. Energy is such a big part of our lives, and I want to say energy is kind of everything, because this shouldn't be surprising, because we are energy ourselves. And the matter, everything that is matter around us, came into being because of energy. And even what we think is nothing, just space, the space around me right now, that is also energy. It's not nothing. It's everything. It's energy. It's just we can't see it, but it can be felt, and it can be shaped, and it can be influenced in different ways. And one of the best ways to influence and shape energy around us is dance. And I was realizing, when we use our arms and dance, or when we push into the floor and dance, even when we think that we're touching nothing, or we're moving in nothing, it's actually, we are shaping our bodies, but we're also shaping the space around us. And that can look to an audience like we are shaping our bodies physically. But on a whole other level, on an energy level, we're actually also shaping the feeling, it could be emotions. It could be, we're influencing that feeling around us. And that's why it's beautiful to dance on your own or in your space at home and that kind of thing, but it's also amazing for us to go out and dance at events where other people are dancing, because everyone is shaping that energy around us. So that when maybe I'm not feeling too great that day, but I start dancing and I feel good, and I'm shaping the space around me, and that energy gets reverberated to other people around me, and they're like, "Oh my God, I feel so good. It must just be because I'm dancing, and dancing's fun." But it's not just that it's fun, it's actually shaping the energy around us. But the thing that blew my mind was listening to a speaker recently, Banafshe Sayad, excuse me, who is an amazing dancer, and she's also an expert in Chinese medicine. And she was talking about how the chakras, like the energy system in our bodies, which I've talked about in previous videos, they all are spinning energies in our bodies, right? They're energy centers in our bodies, and they spin. And she was talking about the internal spin and was comparing it to the spinning of dancing. And I was like, whoa, this means that we are dancing on the outside, if we're dancing, and shaping the energy around us and influencing our mood and our physical being, but also on the inside, our energy system is already meant to be dancing. Like she called it the internal spin of the chakras. And I was like, and that spinning is like its own dance. So all the chakras are meant to be dancing. Whether you're a dancer or not, the chakras are meant to spin and do their own little dance. And the thing is, when we get injured or we go through trauma, or we feel hurt or fear, there's so many things that can make our bodies actually, these energy centers, stagnant. It can influence our energy in a negative way. It can make things out of balance, and that's when we can get sick or get depressed, or even have, if it's a long-term thing, it can turn into a disease. And so I've talked a lot about the healing of some of these aspects of us through the physical movement of dance. But I want you to sort of see, because it just really made it so much clearer for me as well, that there's inside of us, there are things happening too that can lead to this healing. If we can teach our bodies how to dance again in the correct timing, because each chakra is supposed to spin at a certain rate. And when that slows down or gets stagnant or gets stuck, when we dance on the outside, we can rebalance the chakras and the energy systems on the inside, how to dance as well, because they are meant to dance. And I just love this because it makes me realize how sometimes we might take things for granted. Like we think, oh, dancing is just fun and it's enjoyable, and of course it is. But there's also scientific stuff that's happening inside of us that is, building those endorphins and making us have those feel good hormones and reigniting the fire. I've talked about the 5 elements, reigniting the fire and the other elements that might have become slowed down or almost deadened inside of us, but they're not actually dead. They're wanting to come back alive. And I feel like one of the best ways to do this is through dance. It made me also realize that all of the topics that I've been covering, whether it's healing, whether it's the 5 elements, whether it's grief, whether it's relationships, whether it's limiting beliefs, because limiting beliefs can also, trauma, limiting beliefs can make things get stuck in our bodies. All of it is connected to energy, because energy is everything. And the fact that dance can actually help reshape that if it needs to be reshaped or healed, that's amazing. We are energy. Everything is energy, and energy is everything. And dance can move literally and figuratively and on a quantum physics level. It can actually move that so that we can release the trauma or release the the limiting beliefs and get back into wholeness and healing. I just wanted to share that. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you all very soon. Thanks.